Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to the first reading for your sign of the Men Edit. I'm really excited to do this for you guys. This is the first of the series. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I did a video for the channel just before Christmas, focused on a few things that I was changing, but one of the big things was about stepping up for the men in our community. It's something that I feel really personal about. Male suicide rates at an all-time high, and I feel like one of the biggest reasons for that is because all of a sudden we've stripped away a lot of the prehistoric ways that men held passage and right in our life, you know, as the providers, and we haven't given them the space and the tools and allowed them the same kind of respect as women to be vulnerable. Now, this is a reading for men, single, you know, straight, gay, married, transgender, whatever your situation is, but it is for men. You know, it's not divine masculine in energy, it's just specifically one for the boys. Ladies, I'm sure you're going to watch, and if you do, you're very welcome, but this is a tarot reading for men. I have a really cool tarot deck for Oracle deck that I've picked out for you guys, Gods and Titans. So far in the readings that I've done today, it's been pretty accurate, so let's get started. Universe and angels, messages and guides, my higher self, I call upon you now to give me a clear and accurate reading for the sign of Sagittarius. Please show me what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. This is for Sagittarius men. I need 4 cards. Thank you, Spirit. Nice. Very nice energy. Wow. I mean, I'm not surprised seeing this for you at the moment, Sagittarius. This is your year. I did your annual forecast for you. It was brilliant. I might put a link at the very end, but it talked about, you know, you being the winner. One more card for how they're going into the next month. Oh, which one? I'm going to take the one I saw on the top. I feel inclined to take all of them, but we'll be here for days. And I am going to take the card from the bottom. This is the card that you're coming into this period. So I'm filming this on the 12th of February, a couple of days before Valentine's Day. I'm hoping to get them done mid-month every month. Now, strength does represent Leo, and in terms of signs, I also have a Taurus, and a Gemini, and a Scorpio. For me, though, this is really talking about you being empowered, Sagittarius. I don't mean this lightly when I say this is your year. You know, it's your year to be the winner in all aspects, okay? You have Jupiter in your sign, and that's your ruling planet. Jupiter represents luck, fortune, fame, everything, all the good stuff. It literally expands everything it touches. And this, for me, I love the illustration of this card. How beautiful is it? You know, it's got the infinity sign. It's like the sun shining down above it. It is the card of Leo, and then the white rose, which is just absolutely beautiful. For me, I feel like it's really talking about you being in your strength and being empowered and stepping forward with like a greater confidence of who you are and who you want to be in this world. It's interesting because it's coupled with the card of the Empress. So a Taurus could be someone that's quite strong in your life, but this could also just speak about you wanting to give birth to something new. The Empress for me is a card that is very much about abundance, right? About literally being fertile, wealth, that kind of thing. And it's sitting next to the 10 of freaking Pentacles. So I feel like whatever it is that you're trying to create in this month before we get into Mercury retrograde, it is going to bear fruit. It is going to really be quite prosperous for you. The fact that it's coupled with the Empress and then underneath that you have the World is just showing me that how many cycles are ending for you at the moment, Sagittarius. I really feel like a lot of you are like a snake shedding your skin, right? Being reborn. And I love the illustration of the World on this card. It's showing obviously the cycle of the moon amongst the stars. That's how it's depicted here. But then I don't know if you can see that Literally, I was just talking about a snake and it shedding its skin, and I feel like that's represented here in the middle. I really feel like if you haven't done that yet, then maybe in the next month you have this invitation to kind of let go of certain ways of being, to transform into becoming a new you, to transform into becoming almost like a new identity. And what I love about this, and I'll get to the actual meanings of the cards, is as you're going into the next month, you know, I said there were so many cards that popped out. You have the card of the Lovers, but look at how free these birds look. Look at how in unison they're flying, and this is a perfect card for me that depicts when you're in flow. You know, when you're just vibing with the universe and everything's in alignment. And for those that are subscribed to me, you'll know in the communities tab, I've been talking a lot about that, about alignment, not hustling, about how when you're in flow, when everything seems to just work out for you and kind of come together, I feel it's because you're in line with what you're meant to be doing, with your life purpose, with your destiny. And Sagittarius, that's exactly where you're going, right? You have, bar the 10 of Pentacles, all major arcana, every single one. This is big change happening for you, big shifts, big wealth coming in. This could be sudden windfall. It could be money coming to you from an inheritance. I have to say it, someone could have passed and you could be left quite a lump sum of money. Although I don't traditionally see this card as representing death by itself, I do see it as being a card of transformation. But underneath the card of the 10 of Pentacles, I mean, those two cards together can mean that you've about to step into some money from someone passing. And the fact that the death is next to the World card, it could mean that someone, maybe a mother or a grandmother, has passed. If that is the case for you, first of all, my condolences, because it's never an easy time, whether you know that that time is coming or whether it happens suddenly. But I just want you to know that their spirit's really free if that's the case. If someone has passed on and you've lost someone recently and you're needing to have the strength to carry on, I just want you to know that their spirit's very free. I think they feel very light. For the rest of you, it's just really about having the strength to hang tight as you go through this transformation, okay? We're talking about stepping into a whole new world, literally. Money, a new creative endeavor. Maybe you're starting a new business and you're ending one way of being in terms of work, and you're having to have strength and you've got that little bit of fear, like, am I going to be able to make this work and earn enough money? Yes, you are, Sagittarius, okay? If you are going into business partnership, it's going to be very successful. I mean, you will make wealth. I'm seeing the triangle here, which is fantastic. For some of you, this could speak about your partner. For those guys that are in a relationship, male or female, whoever your partner is, I feel like they're very nurturing to you, but you've gone through a lot of challenges recently, and you're about changing a cycle. You're either letting go of one way of being and stepping into a new as a couple, or you may come to the realization that you're better off alone at the end of this period, and you make a choice that you're going to leave, but not just yet. For others of you, it's like I said, you turn the corner and you go through this transformation. Or maybe your partner goes through a transformation, maybe at the Virgo full moon around the 19th, okay? It's like they become illuminated and you fall back in love with them all over again. Hence the Lovers card here. And maybe that's because you are so in your element at the moment, you are vibing. Now, I don't know if you noticed when I flipped out the cards or when I was shuffling and that all those cards came out, I really wanted to take them all, because one of the cards that was in there was your card of Temperance, Sagittarius, but also the Emperor to the Empress. But there were a whole stack of other ones, and like I said, I would have been here reading for ages. But I really feel like whoever this person is, if it's not someone that's passed on in your life, and if it's not representing your mother, I feel like this is your partner, and she could literally be the mother of your children or someone like that, and you've gone through some really challenging times, maybe financially as well, and now you're stepping into this money. This is not from like a lotto ticket or gambling wins or anything like that, so don't go rushing out and investing like that. Like, this is either an insurance payout or money that's owed to you in some way, an inheritance, insurance payout. Maybe it's taxes, maybe you've sold property, maybe you've sold something big and you've got more for it than what you bargained for. But it's definitely going to bring in a lot of good fortune. And for those that are going through transition and change, just hang tight, okay? I said this in one of the other readings, I think it was Libra. Just be kind to yourself, give yourself time, okay? The flip side of the card of strength, of the card of Leo the lion, you know, from the Wizard of Oz, imagine that. He was the one without the heart, or so he thought. And he thought that he didn't have courage and he was quite shy. You know, if you imagine a cat, they can be quite shy. Allow yourself to feel into that energy too. You know, if you need to have a moment, go cry in the shower, do whatever you need to do, let it out. Because in letting it out, that's when you can transform and step into a new way of being. All right? Okay. Can I have an additional guidance card for the sign of Sagittarius men for the month ahead? What have I missed, Spirit? Please show me. It's funny, you know, because I'm going to take the first one I saw. When I was shuffling, I saw the card come up. Thor. Action. Look at the muscles. You know, every time I think of Sagittarius being the sign that you are, I kind of get this image. You know, the centurion, isn't that what you guys are? With the half man, half horse type thing, isn't that what it's called? All right, let me read this for you. Action. Yeah, baby. The time has now passed for waiting and inertia. Real action is necessary. Trust that you are protected and supported whilst you move forward. Most people have heard of or are familiar with the image of the Norse god Thor and his mighty hammer. Highlighted against the stormy sky, thunder crashing from his hammer, the horned Viking helmet over his flowing locks, Thor is the epitome of masculine vigour and force. The god Thor was born of the earth goddess Jord and father Odin, and was considered the strongest of all the race of the Norse immortals. His mythology contains many stories of his battles and his bravery, including a win with serpents. A protector of humans and loved for his powers and fertility, he nevertheless was also known for his hot-blooded temper. You a bit fiery and passionate, Sagittarius? Not you. Never. Thor captains a chariot pulled by two savage giant goats, which streak noisily across the sky, causing the sound of thunder. Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, famous for its lethal power, became the symbol of defiance worn by those loyal to the old ways when Christianity began to spread across the Northlands. You can call upon Thor when you need some real action. He is a brilliant rut buster, someone who will forcefully make action happen. Transformation, right? If you feel inertia, tiredness, or frustration that things are not manifesting, call upon Thor and his mighty hammer to smash a way through. Yet he is protective of his own. You can feel safe knowing that Thor's might will shield you as you move forward into the unknown. Thor was also a poet, not just an action man. So should you feel that you cannot take a more sensitive route if you are a very manly type, follow Thor's lead and be the best of both worlds. That's what I was saying before about vulnerability, right? And if you need to have a cry in the shower, go do it. And what's really cool is there's an invocation that goes with it. You might want to perform this invocation on a Thursday, Thor's Day, as it will be particularly effective. I believe Thursday is Valentine's Day, so there you go. It says, turn on some fast-paced music with strong bass and have it loud. Feel the music, let it pour into you, pounding each and every cell. When you feel motivated and excited, call out. I hear your power, great Thor of Asar. I see your path, iron-handed one. I'm afraid to take action. I feel stuck in my boots. I know no way through. Bust my rut. Lend me your belt of strength. Pump my blood so I can power forward. Now imagine taking action in the direction you wish to go and do it. Wow, there you go. And there's this really cool thing that says thunder on honoring, and it says, when you hear thunder, this is Thor's hammer and his giant goats at work. You may wish to acknowledge him. I hear you roar, mighty Thor. I honor you. Pave the way. Protect my way. How cool is that? And I just have to show you because I think the imagery is so awesome. Have a look at that in the book. Yeah. Sagittarius, that was your reading. It's time for action. It's time for making the way. It is your year. You guys are the winner this year. If you haven't seen your yearly forecast, I'll put a link at the below because it is an absolutely cracker of a year. It's going to be amazing, and this month's going to be amazing, okay? You have so much good coming to you. Just take it. Take the reins. Go for it. That was your reading. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button. It helps the channel more than you know. If this really resonated, leave me a comment because this is a new series, so I want to see how it goes for the channel. Otherwise, I will be back with you next month. Take care.